And boom, we are, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fat Earth Comedy Cast,
Doof,
episode
doof,
14.
doof.
And what
15.
episode 15, sorry. And that's one of my favorite numbers. I should have known that. We're talking
One of my favorite numbers.
reality shows. Worst reality shows, ladies and gentlemen.
Worst, funniest, stuck out in your mind, anything that catches your glimpse. Kevin's stuck on the worst because he's not a reality show guy. I like to
No.
relish, I like to watch the diminishing of American humanity. And there's no finer way to do this than common daytime or nighttime, prime time American reality TV. And this shit took storm about 20 years ago and got me hooked instantly, dude. Fucking real world, dude. Guys running around with AIDS and shit. I didn't know shit about nothing, dude. I fucking
Wow.
love that shit.
Yeah.
I
That's
was learning literally. I learned a lot about life from it and shit. I mean, that's sad, right? But I would watch a lot of Real World from season one.
that was the first one, Road Rules and Real World. MTV
Ooh,
starting up a
Road
wave.
Rules. Yeah, that got me going.
There was a game element to it. I think the real world was just watching people live.
I was a mega VH1 watcher at those times, dude. I just like that garbage TV. I'm very aware of what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, Hopefully that keeps my brain from rotting to the core. 'Cause this
It's worse
shit
than
is
drinking a
just
bottle of booze.
it's demonic, bro. This shit, these producers, what a job. I would have been like, dude, in another life, I would have been a phenomenal reality TV producer. I just would have been throwing curveballs in there. Fucking. In fact, I wanted to, when I had my house in Grosse Pointe, I wanted to put cameras in each room and have a 24/7 web based, everything goes from mature to not reality show and call it Grosse Pointe Frat House.
Yeah, I
And
was a
just,
part of that. Playing
let
hockey in
it,
the basement and shit.
Yep, just let the boys go to town, dude, and just like, oh, Nick's fucking another slut.
Jesus. Yeah, didn't you find some like drugs in the walls there or something?
Yeah, so I knew the previous owner, and he gave me a little tidbit on where a little satchel or two were hanging.
Oh yeah.
He got busted. He couldn't get it out of the walls before Dad sold the house out from under him.
So we started with a couple of the big boys, Road Rules and Real World, and I want to jump into a little more of an obscure one. It's called Are You Hot? And you know who it is.
Paris
It's the
Hilton.
renegade, Lorenzo Lamas. How is this rat ball even judging people if they're hot or not? This guy's fucking 30
Pull
years
up a
too old.
photo of this guy. Who is this
Uh,
guy?
Lorenzo Lamas, man, you don't remember Renegade?
That was a show?
Ah,
Oh, all right. No, I don't know who. I don't know Lorenzo. He sounds Spanish or like he could be judging hot. I wish I would have went to Paris Hilton. She was the one that you coined and trademarked. That's hot.
yeah,
That's
that's
hot.
right. Yeah, she. I don't think she trumped it and took it to. I mean, he does have a nice body, but here he is older. This is look. Hold on, let's find the
I
old
don't know
renegade. Look at
this
that. Here's the
guy.
renegade photo. You never seen this turd before?
He should be judging who's hot though. Look at this dude just rippling
I,
in the sun.
renegade with Lorenzo Lamas.
Okay, can we never have him go back to that haircut with the book? Go up a little bit, please.
Mhm.
Up a little bit where he's got his shirt off here and the book not the book haircut's okay, the perm on the other hand on the left side there,
Look at the
let's
name
not
of
go
his
back to
book.
that, Lorenz.
His
This is
book's called
Broke
Renegade at
Fabio.
Heart. Yeah, this is Do Fabio. But okay, so we're talking Are You Hot with I
What
apparently they couldn't
channel was
find.
that on, do you
It
know?
says it was on ABC for God's sake. That's some high level entertainment when we're talking here.
This was doo-doo then. When did this air? We're jumping from real world to this. This is what happened, the bottom of the barrel, dude. Once Jerry Springer got his hands on reality TV, dude, he really just spun this thing into the core of the depths of shit.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't say when it aired.
Did you used to be a Jerry Springer guy? Could you stomach
I
the
watched it for a little
sideshow?
bit. I remember watching
What a
like Jenny
sideshow!
Jones late night. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh my, yeah. Jerry really went to a new realm. Are we calling that reality TV? That's talk show, I guess, but it
I think
was
it was
reality
staged though.
TV. Yeah, it was. It was definitely. I know. I went to school with the brother. His sister was a producer on Jerry Springer in Chicago. 100%. The stories would get called in, but then they would tell him, "Listen, we'll give you $1,500. We'll give you a free whole night hotel stay, a free plane ride, but we're gonna take this nugget of truth and you're gonna over embellish the dog shit out of it, and then it's become real and real interesting."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of the reason you were going to there's just a ton of crap out there is because there is. Holy shit, is there a lot of bad reality TV over the last 20 years? But were you a survivor? And these are not funny ones. They have their moments. Every one of these, I think reality has its funny moments, even in its dark times. So I think all these have their funny moments, and maybe we remember some of them. But what about like Survivor? You like the naked dude walking around like
Never
uh,
watched that.
Survivor. Okay, I wasn't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
a Survivor guy, but I know like season 3 or something long time ago, fucking dude's just walking around naked. You know,
Yeah.
I got my 15 minutes of fame. I'm gonna use it with my fat ass out there on the beach.
Well, I guess Naked and Afraid would be considered a reality show.
Not a movie I'm gonna go pay $20 for on Comcast, but speaking of reality TV now, that's at the big screen, but there's really no big screens kicking with the coronavirus. But Impractical Jokers,
Oh, yeah, I heard the
where do
movie
you sit
wasn't
on
that
this?
good. I liked it. My
Nah,
old buddy loved that show. It's good. It's good wholesome humor. I'm a fan.
that's what it is. It's closer to wholesome humor. We were talking Tracy Morgan the other day. That was another good one. But what did he do that was on
Oh,
sci-fi,
the
the
scare
sci-fi
factor.
channel? Scare
Yeah,
tactics.
yeah.
You've been scare tactic.
This guy's lip. Dude, this guy. He always got his a mouth full of fucking liquid. It sounds like.
Right.
Get that mascara running.
That motherfucker was scared on scare tactic.
So what channel had the most though? It was VH1 the kingpin of that because they just went
What's
ballistic.
a real kingpin, dude? Just fucking. I mean, take the animation breakdown Fox does, times it by two, and you got what VH1 would kick. You got Tunnel of Love, uh, with Shawn Michael, or I mean, Brett
Bret
Michaels.
the Heart.
I always go to fucking wrestling, don't I?
Oh yeah, he loves those bodies, baby. He loves
Brett
that chiseled
Michaels.
feature.
You got Flavor of Love.
Yeah, keep going with the
You got
love.
more modern ones. Ti's on one. I saw he's doing one. You got God. There's got to be a ton of them on VH1. I don't remember them all. Well, MTV. You got Jersey Shore, Real
Yeah,
World,
right.
Road Rules, Road Rules Challenge. You got the Challenge versus Road House now or some shit. You
Yeah.
got all
We
going
used to
on.
bet on the challenge one where they would face off.
That's right. You used to be able to bet on all these until the dude that was behind Survivor knew the results 4 months or 4 weeks before it came out and took Bodog for fucking
Hey,
way too much.
you've been bow-dogged.
You've been,
Here's one of my favorites on the CW, Beauty and the Geek. Executive producer was what the fuck's his name? Kelso.
I could watch that too. It was cool to see that hot girls were more relatable than what you would have thought. Like they actually were pretty cool in that show, for the most part to the geeks, But they always had a little. What about you ever watched the Surreal Life, where they put a group
Uh,
of celebrities in there? You had Corey Feldman, Meatloaf. You had all these guys getting in a house, and they had to
yeah, I
live.
do remember that.
I remember who Mike the Situation, I believe, got himself into this thing. Is pissed. No, who the fuck was pissing in the corner? David Hasselhoff. Someone was hammered, and it's before they fucking got busted for always getting hammered. And this dude's pissing in the corner.
I know Andy
Uh,
Dick was a part of one of those, I think.
Tom Sizemore, a buddy of
Oh no,
mine that
no, that's
high
Celebrity
school with.
Rehab you're talking about.
Oh, Celebrity Rehab,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
dude,
the one
that
that
was
Sizemore
great.
was on. He's from Grosse
Yeah,
Pointe. I know his brother actually.
I
If
know his
you,
brother
maybe you,
very well. What do you? Yeah, very
yeah.
well. Good buddy of mine. I knew him growing up. It was we got out of getting in trouble one time because I was his sister's married one of your cousins of mine best friends. But anyways, I was with her and another group, and we got pulled over. And she goes, "You guys seen Saving Private Ryan? It just came out a couple weeks ago." And the cop's like, "Yeah, that's a great movie." She goes, "My brother's Tom Sizemore." And he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh shit! All right, guys, we're just gonna give you guys a ride to the party. We'll just be behind you. You guys just drive there nice and smooth, and we'll get you guys home." She goes, "Okay, beautiful." I'm thinking, I'm like, these fucking doofuses, dude. She drops this shit. We're all out of the car, like we're about to get searched. Instantly, we're back in the car, and they're chauffeuring us to the party. We're in this party train of cars, dude. It was great.
Well, piggybacking on him going to rehab, when he was making Saving Private Ryan, Steven Spielberg actually made him take drug tests because he wanted to hire him, but then all this news came out that he was addicted to drugs and stuff, so he was staying on top of the old Sizemore. But for us, we should get Sizemore on something like a Dogan and Murphy, man. That'd be hilarious if he was like our boss or he was like some kind of cocky cop. Just a pipe
Well,
dream.
he was good in Saving Private Ryan and one of my favorites. What's the one with De Niro? Tom Sizemore, him,
What's the one with De
and,
Niro? He's been in like 80
and
films, bro.
Pacino. No, Pacino, De Niro, Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore he wasn't a Scorsese boy or nothing. They robbed the armored truck. You got to know when
Heat?
to go. Yeah, heat. When the heat gets coming, you got to know when to go.
No way. He was in. Oh yeah, he was in Heat and Natural Born
Oh yeah,
Killers,
he's great
Black
in
Hawk
fucking
Down.
heat, dude. I remember my
Well,
buddy used to get like a stack of 15 CDs for Christmas when his brother was really rocking hard there, making good loot. His other brother got into it too, but he just wasn't cranking the same. But got with Heidi, um, who was the
Fleiss.
prostitute? Yeah, yeah. He
Heidi
ended up
Fleiss.
marrying Heidi Fleiss. There you go, bud.
Well, there's an accomplishment for you. He bagged the
So
madam. He
I'll
bagged
tell
the
you what,
madame.
she's got to have some fucking salesmanship though to get into that line of work at that magnitude. At some point, there's a little respect I give her. She must have been one off the beaten track kind of mind.
Yeah. So we're talking about reality shows. Where's the line break? Like, is a competition show a reality show?
Holy
Like a
shit! With
Chopped?
researching for this, you can't tell the internet it's not. I mean, that's the top 10 right now are all competition shows. Dancing with the Stars,
Yeah.
uh,
See, I think reality
the
is like it shows people living together, like you were saying, the House of Love or Real World. There's this one about these country people. I gotta find the name of this. This thing was out of control though. All they would do is all you really need is a couple of wild people, throw a bunch of booze in the mix, get sponsored by some tequila company, and you're gonna have some fireworks, baby.
Yeah. Oh, that was the thing. The drinking always gets off the charts. That's why one of my newfound guilty pleasures is Temptation Island, where they get these people that I just want to test my relationship. What I want to do is find out if this girl really loves me, or I knew Bobby was going to cheat on me, so I just wanted to test him and make sure he wasn't. This shit is gold, dude. I mean, they
There
have the
you go.
best breakdown. These guys just get themselves in trouble instantly. The alcohol starts pouring. They put them in a house with 20 single girls. The girls they're all engaged or close to being, get into another house with 20 single guys, and then they just party 1 month. You cannot see your significant other for 1 month. You get in that
Wow.
other house, and your cell phone is taken, all means of that, and you're stuck with these 20 single girls
Yeah.
where they've been
No
told,
porn.
oh, it gets going, dude, instantly. The first
No, I'm
night's
saying you
always the
can't watch
best.
like porn or anything, so you're all
Right,
built up. Yeah.
right. Oh yeah, they set you up for failure, dude. You're fucking.
Oh yeah.
You're you're fucking. The jacuzzi is warm, but
Yeah.
load up for me as I introduce the best 20 minutes intro to any reality TV show I have ever seen in my life. Load up for us, and I'll explain what went on for the show. Tool Academy. It aired on VH1. There's three
Oh,
seasons.
yeah.
You cannot find this thing any. I have tried to buy these 3 seasons for the last 10, 15 years, and this show captivated me. This is not the worst. This is one of my favorite guilty pleasures I've ever had in my life is watching Tool Academy on VH1. Similar to Temptation
And boom.
Island. Similar, yeah, there's my boys. Similar to Temptation Island, these guys are basically the relationships on the rocks, or they don't know if they're going all in. So their girlfriends have signed them up for what they believe the name of the show is Mr. Awesome. So
Oh
these
yeah.
guys get bussed in. Great host. The Tool Academy host was just a fucking mega douche that would
Is this
fucking
Justin Bieber's retarded brother?
tool but slow adult brother.
Yeah.
Tool Academy tool busted, dude. So these
Wow.
guys show up. They think they're on this bus that says Mr. Awesome all over it. It's graphic stuff. They go to this house mansion. Outside the mansion, there's a big banner, Mr. Awesome. So they're showing up all gun ho, dude. Fucking shirts are off. They're boozing on this bus on the drive in from the airport. This is how the
Fireworks
first
are going
episode.
off.
Oh, dude, the first episode is so. It is the best 20 minutes you can find in television, but you can't find it anymore. VH1 has I don't know what happened. There's like 10 seconds on YouTube. That is it. I have been looking weekly because it got me so going. So they ride this bus in. Mr. Awesome, Mr. Awesome. They're all fucking pumping. The one guy goes, they're all fucking jocks and shit. You know, the one guy goes, show him the fucking push-ups. So the one dude's out front of the bus fucking cranking push-ups with no shirt on, going, awesome, awesome, awesome. They get him into the fucking foyer. They got a fucking fireplace and a big sign says Mr. Awesome. Guys are
Well, I
all
think I
hanging
know what our
around it.
thumbnail is, ladies and gentlemen.
They think their girlfriends are going to be away. So the girlfriends are like, we're not going to be anywhere around. You know, don't worry. You're on Mr. Awesome. Do whatever you want to do. The interviews leading up to this show, they're showing you these things one after another. And because these guys didn't, I don't know that they thought their girlfriends would never see this footage, but they just go berserk. I'm going to fuck so much. I'm going to do this. I'm always cheating. They just come forth all over the place. Yeah, two
Wow,
minutes, dude. This shit.
that's horrible video quality. I'm
This is
taking this
episode
down.
4. This is UK or something. This isn't America. This is some.
All right.
Yeah, see, this is the British version. This is UK. I don't know why you cannot find anything from American version, but it's very similar to what you're watching here.
It's poor quality, folks. Sorry, I'm taking it down.
So the guys are sitting around this sign and they go, "You all think," the host goes, "You all think you're here to be Mr. Awesome?" Boom, the sign explodes and it says Tool Academy, and these guys' worlds end. They have never been called a tool, not to their face. They have never taken any blunt criticism. This thing ruins their world the second they realize that they're now on Tool Academy and
Hold
not
on
Mr.
a second. Hold
Awesome.
on a second. Because I just found that.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right, hold on.
One guy just wears a thong around or just wears these little man panties around the
I've never seen
whole
Jimmy
time.
so excited about a TV show, and now I know why. These guys are getting some good physiques.
What do you got? These guys, this isn't it.
This is it, bro. They're
This is
about
the
to
UK
reveal. Here we go.
version,
Boom.
bro.
Tool Academy.
Yeah, but this is UK. It is way different.
Okay, whatever. You still get to see these guys'
But
reaction.
this is the
Look at this
idea.
turd.
This is the
Look at this
idea.
guy.
Yeah. Fucking hat in it, dude.
Guy is crying and
Whoa.
shit. You can't be that good of an actor. This is true emotion, folks.
Oh, and your girlfriends are here.
Yeah, but the thing, I mean, they have girlfriends, so it's not. It can't be that bad. It's not like the Beauty and the Geek, where these geeks are, you know,
Bro, it
they're
was
suffering.
the quotes. It was like Jersey Shore, like Mike the Situation. These quotes when they came out were so, I'm not taking the grenade. I mean, these things were just fucking gems. And that's what Tool Academy had. This one dude gave the best quote after quote after quote of douchebaggery that it was so entertaining to watch. I fucking fell in love with this thing.
Yeah, I've never seen you
That's
get so pumped up, bro. Wow.
my favorite, dude. Tool Academy. These guys getting off this bus. Season 1, episode 1. The first 20 minutes is the most genuine. I could watch it, and I haven't seen it in 5 to 7 years. It's very hard to find, but it is so the genuine reaction these guys have because they're never see those guys in the UK had already known about Tool Academy in America. It's a little different. The guys' worlds were fucking crushing, and it was so funny. I used to fucking pass it all over the place with friends and tell him. The second I saw it, I knew it was a gem. I don't know why
What's
it's
the,
disappeared. I'd love to get my hands on the box set.
is that on VH1?
It was VH1 Tool Academy.
What's the one with mystery? The one where they tell the
Pickup
pickup art.
artist.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up that one.
Great show. Took a
Is
great
it?
book. Great show because it was informational. I wasn't.
I picked
I
up
just
chicks
like
after I watched this one.
100%. I did pick up chicks after reading the game, but not after necessarily the show. The show, I had already read the game a year or two prior to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All that kind of stuff boils down to just having the confidence in yourself. It's such a strange mind melter because like this guy, look at this hat this turd gurgler's got on. There he
Oh yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
That's part of his, he calls it peacocking. And
Yep.
they tell you to put the flare on. Mystery wears out. He's like 11 pieces of flare. He's got the fuzzy hat, long earrings. He paints his fingernails. Got big medallions hanging off his neck.
That's the dude that won on the left in the
This guy?
vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the dude that won that first season there.
Here's a pic. This apparently Mystery had a bunch of mental problems though.
Well, yeah, but this guy's very, very interesting. Worked for Microsoft.
Yeah,
Knew how
he's
to
definitely smart.
program computers, and just left that all because he was such a he wasn't a ladies guy. He had never been with a woman, and he was like, "Fuck this, dude." But I love the mentality, male or female, of the idea of the brain is programmable. It is so.
Well, we are somewhat animals, so there is tendencies.
It's just controversial, though. I mean, at the end of the, whether it's the Nazi regime or anything that's trying to brainwash you over the years, I was always interested in that. Hypnotism, anything that, Maurice, Mike and Maurice kind of shit. I mean, ultimately, how the brain works is just magical. And this dude was able to take, I know how computers work and programming, but I don't know how women work. I'm going to study the next 2 years and learn how women work and treat it like a computer and love it or hate it, think he looks
Yeah.
weird or not. He created a system really kind of like pimps have in the low. So like if you grow up in the inner city, you know how pimps work and how that whole dark behind the scenes business works. This dude was the difference in the sense of he knew how women's
Well,
brains worked on
where
that
are you
level,
going with this, bro? Where are you going with this, man? I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
pimps are always disrespected, but they have always been way ahead of their curve in how to, like, so pimps that had a lot of women, had a lot of
Mhm.
product to sell, were very good at manipulative skills, right? Probably
Well, they would find
sociopathic.
women that they could manipulate that are broken women that needed some kind of not I don't want to say a master, but essentially that's what's going on is they're being taken over by the alpha male, and then he's paying them. He's like allowing them to survive. This guy, on the other hand, they set up seminars, and if you do read the book The Game by Neil Strauss, he was implemented by Rolling Stone to do an article about these seminars that teach men how to become better pickup artists, essentially. And then he himself had problems picking up women. He went to a couple of these events and the stuff started working. This is back right when the internet was coming into fruition. I remember getting emails for these guys, Angelo. There was this other guy, Angelo with a D. I can't remember his name, but he would always send out newsletters. You want to learn how to pick up women? And then you would pay a couple grand, go to these seminars, and then they would teach you all this shit. You know what a neg is? Neg.
I forget.
It's
I've
like
read
the
the
little
book. I
jab
forget what it's.
jokes you tell a woman.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They have
I
they,
forgot
they
that's
have
what it
all
was
kinds of
called.
slang. Yeah, they have all kinds of slang. But then they like bring a pocket full of you. You need a pack of gum. You need
That move
your
worked. I negged this chick at a wedding. I'm there, no date. I'm single, and I see this beautiful girl standing up in the wedding. Unbelievable, my cousin's wedding, and my uncle goes, I go, I asked him. We're all both getting a drink at the bar. I go, who's that standing up with your daughter? Well, you don't have a shot. Don't worry about that. That's so and so. I go, okay. I go, why don't I have a shot? I go, is she single? He goes, yeah. I go, well, watch this, bud. And I go walk
hey.
by her. she's got a. I just read The Game a month and a
Oh,
half
he was
prior
on
to.
fire, folks.
I'm riding on cloud nine, confident as cocky shit.
Yeah.
Fucking walk by her. Literally just walk by. She's sitting at the bridesmaids table and she's eating an eclair. And I go, "You gonna get any of that in your mouth? You're just gonna drip it all over the table for us." And I keep walking. I,
Why? I would have fucked you if I heard that.
I walk right by, dude. I walk right to the bathroom, and I'm going in my head. I'm either getting slapped or laid tonight. I don't know what just happened.
No, that was
I
that's
come,
a perfect example of a neg.
yes, yeah. So I didn't even give her time to respond. She had to be like, "Who the fuck was this idiot?"
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then, meanwhile, me and my sister go over to the bar. I'm waiting in line to get a drink. This is 30 minutes later. All of a sudden, I feel someone tugging on the back of my suit coat. I turn around, it's her, and
Old
she's like,
Claire.
she goes, "What was that all about?" I go, "Oh, what?" I go, "I saw you had some crumbs chilling out on the table there." I go, "You're amazingly smoking hot. The dress, you're going to ruin the dress with a couple of Claire frostings? Or are you going to?" And so literally, it took the neg, then you spin that into a compliment, and these fucking things are battling, dude. Her head can't fucking digest it. Night was over from there. I did what they call bouncing. So in the brain, if you take them from one location to another, well, now you're on your third date because the brain's correlating. Okay, now I trust this person. I went from there, they were okay. I went to here, I was okay. I went to here, I was
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so I did what in the book calls bouncing, and I bounced her. I go, "You want to get out of here?" I go, "I know you're standing up, and
Bounced her
this is
right
too
into my room. So I was bouncing all night.
11 p.m. there. I go, "Let's bounce." We go to the bar next door. We invite the bridal party. We end up there. I said, "Okay, the whole party's here. It's midnight. Let's bounce to this little bar I saw across the street. It looks really cool." We bounce there, and then we bounce back, and we're bouncing.
Yeah. And what happened?
So I text my uncle the next day, dude. He lost the bet, bud.
And then he bounced her right to the curb. Got himself high. High.
No, she didn't like cigarettes, weed, or anything else I partook in other than a couple beers every once in a while. She was way more straight edge than me, and I could tell it wasn't going to be a long-term thing because my hobbies are for the long haul.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, it's probably what 8 years ago. We went down to this music festival in Tennessee, and I listened to the game on the way down there. And when it's fresh in your mind, I was out on this.
Yeah,
I was in this thing, man. I was picking up girls every single night, man. I would pop up. Tennessee is amazing too. It's all those Southern women. So I'd pop up to desk little chairs of girls, and I'd go, "Hey, will you guys take a picture for me?" Because I had my little GoPro and stuff.
that's a good one.
I mean, first of all, you can. It's all about the getting in with something. So
Yes,
you could say
the
anything.
initial icebreaker.
You hear the Titanic was a hoax? Did you read that article that just came out?
Yeah, anything like that. I would just go, look at this fucking clown. Like I would pick someone close to us, and that's why look at this
Oh, what an
fucking
insult,
clown.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would just make them relate with that, or sometimes a current event, but really I stuck with something close to home where I could be like, I would pump up my own stock by belittling someone else's that was a stranger to both of us. And everybody, we're all a stranger, right? But see, icebreakers were always my thing. And I didn't know this before reading the game or know this about it. But I think that's why I was always able to be, even with a group of guys or girls that was good, I was able to ice break. So that part of it came real easy. The neg, I had to be trained. That's the part where you understand growing up, you're just told girls like assholes. Oh, girls always like the
Yeah.
asshole of the group or the bad, maybe not to marry, but to start, just to fuck that night, you got to be an asshole.
It's
Nobody
not
clarified.
asshole. It's more of a confidence type of thing.
Correct. But that's the problem, how it was mistranslated. That's what Mystery was so good at doing, was relaying it in layman's terms
Yeah.
and creating an actual system. No, you don't want to be an asshole the whole night. That won't work. She will walk away from you. But if you get her attention with one little cocky nag, then you're on your way and you can save it from there. But you can't just go nag, 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 nag. It's got to be nag, compliment, and be done with that system.
Yeah. Well,
That's why,
usually an asshole will have more, like if you have an asshole or you have a real shy guy, nice guy, the asshole is usually gonna have more confidence altogether. But again, if you really want to get a good woman, you can't be an asshole. You got to be a good guy, but at the same time, you gotta entice. And Mystery, his whole thing was actually creating a mystery. That's why like magic, women love magic because they don't know how you did that. So if you're creating a magic feel when you're talking to them, you're not giving them everything. You're leaving them a little bit hanging. They want to figure that stuff out. Play that game, baby. Give them a slip, slap, patty whack. Give the dog a bone. But we're gonna get back to the reality shows. And one of mine that I really watch. This is a guilty pleasure. Is Millionaire Matchmaker. I can't hear you, bro. You turned your shit off. But
That's the
yeah,
female that hooks. That's a woman, right? And she matchmakes
yeah.
millionaire men with women that want a millionaire man.
Well, it's usually a man millionaire, but
Oh,
there
it
has
can be
been
the
a
other
couple of
way.
women. Yeah, there has
Okay.
been a few like that, which would be an interesting. Here's a little clip from that show. Problem is, this woman has no man herself, so I don't know how good she
I
is.
don't know if I'd be a good fucking little stool for. Oh yeah, she's pretty. She's got a thick jaw, but she's got other thick things too. It looks like.
I'm sure she's dropped some money on her body, not to be offensive to the women out there, but
Is
it
that
looks like.
Gretchen Whitmer?
Yeah, that show's pretty funny. I don't know. Again, some of you can never tell if these shows are, well, we know that they're not fully true, but like the Real Housewives and shit, there's acting. You can tell when the bad
Oh
acting is
yeah.
up.
Oh yeah. And they ask them the same way we would as producers, make it a little extra spicy. When you
Oh
pull her
yeah.
hair, really yoink, you know?
That's the whole premise of the show is to get something going down. But yeah, these ah, Survivor looks like it's one of the number one the best as far as money and grossing, and as long as it's been running, Survivor's number one, I think.
Yeah, CBS really captures the market though, because these freeloaders that don't buy cable before you had to go to something. Survivor was big, dude, because if you're at a place of business or something, you were at work, a security guard, something like that, you're getting the rabbit ears out, and you're either getting two, four, seven, or 10.
Or you're
So
watching Moesha, you know what
I
I'm
was gonna say
saying?
either you're on Moesha or you stumbled into channel 62 CBS Survivor, and they got a lot of trickle effect. I feel like because I don't know, the show's not bad, but I tell you what, as far as I'm too impatient nowadays. I don't want a fucking 18 episode season where I got to sit in each week. I like my shit quick and fast. I like to binge
I know,
watch,
bro.
and so that's my mo with that as far as I'm concerned.
You like The Bachelor?
I'm not against it. It's just not my cup of tea. I want if I'm gonna sit down and watch that type of show, I want more Temptation Island where maybe it's well it's just as fake. The Bachelor's so fucking fake, but
Yeah.
dude, this dude fucking like Howard. I love how excited Howard gets talking about The Bachelor.
Oh yeah, he's a romantic at heart, apparently.
Oh, he fucking loves this show, dude, and
Well,
he's
he loves all
always
the
talking.
women. You got all these women. Why wouldn't you? You're telling me this is gay?
He
I'm
goes, "This
watching it
guy
for the
does a
women.
good move. This guy did a good move. First, he banged her. He knew he wasn't getting with her long term, but he banged her before he broke the news on how he's staying with Melanie. I like this
Yeah.
guy. This guy thinks two steps ahead.
My mom used to love that show. My mom was trying to get me to go to this tryout for The Bachelorette. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I don't know.
These guys are 6'4". You'd look like a little stool pigeon up there next to
No,
these
well
guys.
they have an arrange like the first episode that's probably where I would be getting my get, but they want like I'd go as a musician. They want an array of dudes, so
I'd be
I don't
so
know.
mad, bro. I'd be
You'd be good
so.
because you're entertaining. Like if you went there and put on a show, they'd be like, I want to throw this guy in the mix, man. He might start a fight or something.
I'm yeah.
They
I
want
I
that
would be
shit.
able to do the interviews leading up to it where they're like, this guy's gonna be great. This guy comes off like a complete dick. I could be a character and be good, but get me on there, I'd have to have fucking a little pint of tequila or something each
Oh,
time I'm
there's
going
booze,
out there.
boys.
Fucking
There's booze.
there's
Plenty of it.
booze everywhere, right?
Yeah, the cake is drenched in booze. Every dish is served with booze because they got to keep your blood fucking percolating.
I like when it comes out, like where they turn out to be like habitual reality stars, like oh shit, this one starred in this one too. Now she's in
Yeah.
on this one, and that you see happens a lot. They're making their living off these $50,000 fucking seasons and different episodes or different reality shows.
Yeah, they had the one guy on the radio and he's like, I want to be a personality. He
Mm-hmm.
goes, no, you idiot. You were on The Bachelor. You have no personality. Now get out of my fucking face.
I
The only time I ever watched it was when I bought my house. My mom was waiting for her condo to get built, and it was that crazy winter. I think it was like 5 years ago. It was like super super cold, so the building of her apartment was like it was pushed like 3 months later. So I had to live with my mom for 3 months. Man, it was quite interesting. But she would watch The Bachelor. I'd pop in there from time to time and sit down and watch the stupid shit, man.
yeah, it's tolerable. There's worse
Yeah,
things that I've watched, but
good
it's just not
production
my cup
value.
of tea. I want more fucking crazy if I'm watching reality TV. I want more. But I know about the mom thing too, dude. I had to move back. It sounds great on paper, and about a weekend you're like, fuck this. All right, now I
Yeah.
remember why I got away from the egg. Fuck.
I'd come back. I'd come home from work. I'd work out. I'd shower, and then I would go to one of my friends' houses. Then I'd come home, and she would probably be in bed by then. It wasn't too bad.
No, my mom's awesome, but I mean,
Yeah, your mom is really cool.
it gets to be like, did you do this? And don't put too much laundry detergent in there. You
Yeah,
only need a half cup. Okay, fucking Christ, I made it to here now.
I
I made
remember
it to
I was high as shit one night. I cooked up all these pork chops at like 11:30 at night. I stunk up the whole fucking house, man.
Maurice.
She woke up. She's like, "What is going on?" I go, "I'm just cooking some meat."
I'm just fucking hammered cooking pork chops. What's the goddamn problem?
Wasn't hammered, just a little buzz from the pot smoky smoke. Oh man, good
I
times.
really I used to like my current one. I'll tell you, and a comedian's in it, not a stage comedian, but a movie comedian, Will Arnett. I really like Lego Masters
What
recently.
the hell?
I got a guilty pleasure for that. These dudes build some sweet ass
Oh
shit out of
yeah.
Legos.
I was watching this crazy guy who was like making his own starship.
Actually, it's I'm sorry, the plural is Lego. I'm sorry, I
Right,
said Legos.
exactly.
I was
Yeah.
incorrect. I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, I was just saying I was watching these because there was a point when everybody was putting puzzles together. I was like, puzzles are cool, but Legos are essentially a puzzle, so I'd rather build those things and then you have, something cool to put on display. If a Lego starship is cool to put on display, but I was looking up the most expensive Lego sets, and this one guy would buy the Star Wars sets, and then he would make his own version
Out
of
of
it.
it.
It was
Yep.
insane. This guy like you take off the top part, there's little levels in it and stuff, and he would take them to these shows and display them for people. And yeah, he was the king dong as far as
Yeah,
Lego builder.
they're called brick masters.
Oh, this guy was a master, all right, a master bather. Zing.
So yeah, they're fucking those are great. I'll tell you what I don't like, and it reminds me of Breaking Bad.
Oh my God, here we go,
Because
folks.
Breaking Bad, I wanted a couple seasons out of this fucking thing, and they turned it into six, I believe. The Curse of Oak Island. Let me go on a little baby rant here for a second. Now, the premise is amazing. I love Ancient Aliens and Skinwalker Ranch and all these fucking, you know, how did they do this? And Masons. I love fucking the art, the cryptic shit going on there.
Yeah,
So I was real excited for Curse of Oak Island. I had heard of Oak Island, and is that where the gold is for the
Curly's
guy
gold.
Curly, not Curly, the dude that jumped out of the parachute,
Oh, hold on,
JP or some shit.
pulling up some info on this guy.
So
It's on the shores of
th-
Nova Scotia.
we're gonna
Um,
run. We're gonna find. We're gonna find the gold of Oak Island. All right, that's season one. You got me in. I'll watch you through. I don't know, 18 episodes, 15 episodes. Let's say
30
it's 10
episodes.
episodes.
They
Yeah,
like to
let's say
push
it's
it.
10. Ain't no fucking 10. But all right. So you strung me in. Then and every preview for every single week is, oh my goodness, it's from the Masons. We found it. We got it. You know,
Was that Dustin Hoffman?
little clips. That's the broke Dustin Hoffman. Fucking can't find shit. These
Brustin
motherfuckers have
Brothman.
stretched this thing into 3 seasons, about 55 episodes now. They're still digging in the swamp. They're still digging down. We found wood from 100 years ago. This is it. This is the big one. It's
Yeah.
never the big one. They never find shit. They've stretched it out now to 3 seasons, and I can't even fucking. If you think I hate swamp logging, the next worst thing on the History Channel, and I'm a big History Channel buff. I fucking love the channel, but god damn it, swamp logging and the Curse of Oak Island gotta go.
They should do one about like looking for Atlantis, because
Well,
there
the
are some
producers of
cool sites.
this, the Curse of Oak Island, are involved with Ancient Aliens, and they just came out with a new one, Skinwalker Ranch. It's got
Yeah,
two
my aunt
episodes
was
out
watching
so
that.
far. I'm liking it, but it's got that same feeling that here we go,
That
little
bullshit
minute
feeling.
details. Well, just minute details each week. You never come to real fruition. You never come to real facts or anything. It's just great cut into segments for a 30-second commercial. But when you got to watch a 1 hour episode to get the same thing you got out of the 30-second commercial, that's where you start to lose me. When it doesn't become more fruitful or worth my bang for buck. If I'm going to sit there for a fucking hour, especially not DVR'd where I can fast forward through commercials, and you're not going to give me fruitful shit, it better not be longer than a season. You know what I mean? Like the last episode, you got to come out with something huge. And it just feels so, it's a letdown every time I feel like I don't learn anything new. So those ones make my shit list.
I'll give you a little tidbit of information about Skinwalker Ranch. We had a guest on the Mike and Maurice podcast. Everybody look up Mike and Maurice Mind Escape. I'll give myself a little plug here, but this one guest we had on was talking about how he thinks, well, they know that in the ground, sometimes the earth shifts and this gas comes up from out of the ground. And if you breathe that gas in, you will hallucinate. So there's theories that a lot of the stuff that's being seen there are these hallucinations had by people huffing the gas coming out of the earth.
Yeah, and that's funny. So episode 2, from last week, they bring out and they're testing for radiation O2 levels over the
Hmm.
whole ranch, and they're walking around with these devices that are picking up different air quality levels. And this one dude goes, ah, 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 and then all of a sudden the guy goes, we got a spike,
I
we got
hope
a
it was like that
spike.
because that's bad fucking acting, folks.
So the guy's like, ah. You feel that? I feel like I'm getting vertigo or something. I can barely stand here. And he goes, that's why I'm putting my hand on the rock. I can barely stand. And the one guy goes, we're losing the readings. The readings are going down. He goes, okay, it's going away. All right. He goes, oh
Yeah.
my God, did anybody else feel that? And they're all like, no, what happened, Mike? He's like, just shooting pains from my brain. And also my knees got a little weak and trembly. And that's why I grabbed onto the rock here to keep me from falling. They go, what'd you see on the O2 meter? Holy
Off
shit, the
the
readings were off
charts.
the charts for 10 seconds. Out of nowhere, we had some kind of burst of radiation, and then it was gone. He goes, will someone get down in this hole? And everybody, I'm not getting down in that fucking hole.
It sounds like they're like ghost hunters or something.
It is, dude, but it's like, it's this reality spice on it where, 50% is real, 50% is just hoopla and shot
Yeah.
right and edited. The shit's edited as best it can be. So,
We've actually had guests that have provided content for Ancient Aliens, and they send in this stuff because they're like real scientists about like Gobekli Tepe or some of these old ancient burial grounds or like ritual sites. And then as soon as Ancient Aliens gets it, they just spin their own web over it. They're like, well, this is where aliens landed. The
yeah,
guy's like, no,
they
I
go,
did not say that at all. I said human beings built this shit, you assholes. So
I
that
always,
like
I
it's
love an Ancient
50% correct.
Aliens. They go, after everyone, they'll be like, ancient alien theorists say, or like, and
Right.
then then they go right to the interview, or it's right after they go, ancient alien theorists believe And it's like every time, so it's like they definitely pigeonhole these guys that you can tell they didn't say that quote prior to or during the interview. They get the interview, then they put these little quotes
Oh
before
yeah,
and after it, really weed you down. But I love Ancient Aliens. It's totally, I love that show, but I love
yeah.
the theory too. I've thought,
It's cool. It's interesting. It's always fun to play with these what if scenarios, but there's not
again,
proof to it.
that show really did not, it's like the 14 season
Oh
mark,
yeah,
and
it's
they are
been going
really, I
and
mean, they're
going.
like Ancient Aliens. Is that a blue mic? That shit's Ancient Aliens. That
Yeah,
shit is not supposed to be like that. We did not have the technology to make everything. Now has become Ancient Aliens. So that's why it's funny. Those memes are always great with the Greek dude with the fucking blown out big earned hair.
yeah. Well, it's what's funny is it's like for ancient Egyptians and stuff, the pyramids. What a great feat that is, and we still can't really understand how they built it. But if aliens could figure out how to manipulate time in space and travel light years to our planet, and they built that, that looks like a pile of shit to me. So there's something that doesn't add up. Either I could there's the only thing that I can believe is there's somehow that information was transported to an Egyptian, like plans on how to build these things. But again, like that's what the whole concept is of what our ideas, what are songs. A lot of these musicians say when they tap into this or they get their mind into this right zone, the best songs ever written just come to them. Like 90% of the songs that are top songs of all time, these artists say the same thing. Well, maybe not 90, but like 70% of them, they say they wrote it pretty damn quickly within 10, 20, 30 minutes. So again, what are ideas? Are you generating them within based on your previous experiences, or are you tuning into a frequency where they're flowing into your mind?
Well, a lot of the greatest successful people, Phil Jackson, Bill Gates, uh, Steve Jobs, I can
Or
go down the
Tesla,
list, but ultimately they believe in um, meditation
right?
and finding that hurts of communication that Joe Rogan talks about with DMT and is so interesting on so many levels. And we don't have to go down the whole rabbit hole right now because this is a different show than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
We'll get on that topic sooner or later, I'm
I
sure.
will say, I'll give you a little bit of my premise. I think that it 100% was knowledge. I think that aliens came here for a reason, mining, didn't know what they'd find here, just had readings off the charts of metal deposits. Most the one they wanted the most was gold. It's so influential in space travel. It's so light. It's the best electrical conductor we have. NASA uses it off the charts. But more importantly, Egypt had a boatload of it. For some reason, they had these tombs that we never got to really see because they were raided long before our time. But they had so much gold, and a lot of gold came here on comets or asteroids that hit the Earth, and now you have this deposit. But they had these readings. They came here. Now you have spin-offs of I really believe all religions unite together to one, which was misinterpretation of
Hmm.
aliens coming here and angels flying, and all this has to do with spaceships. They didn't know how to explain it. Anyways, so they're here. They're using us not as slaves, but as a combo team of
Well, they're
we're
fucking us.
we're gonna. Oh, they fucked the shit out of us, dude. They were fucking the good ones back then, but they would take hey, listen, we'll split the gold with you. We're gonna take half of it. We need your manpower. We'll teach you how to build this. We're gonna show you anti-gravity to move these 100-ton stones around. We're gonna teach you how to carve them with a laser, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. But we need a bunch of this gold. It's useless to you guys except for decoration. You don't space travel. You don't know what the fuck it is. So help us out. No problem. We don't want to die. Okay, cool. They start mining, they get all this gold. There's so much left over, they give them a fucking shitload. That's when they build all this shit out of gold, and all of a sudden it ends up in tombs. Just so much healthy amounts. You can't comprehend it. It's like the U.S. Federal Reserve there, you know? I mean, they just had fucking tonnage of gold. Why? How? They all mined this just to make a necklace? Bullshit. There's way too much work involved there. So, plus
Wow,
there's
Jimmy, man,
remnants.
you're reaching out on a limb with this thing. This guy's a full alien supporter here.
100%. There's evidence on some of these flat plateaus, and even like I don't know about Easter Island and that, and your co-part Maisie probably knows a little more than I, but
Oh,
there's
it was a
remnants
ton.
of gold on some of these flat surfaces that initially they thought were religious grounds or used to build a pyramid on top of, but the pyramid is now gone and all you're left with is the foundation. Well, maybe it was a fucking runway or a landing spot, even straight down. And for whatever reason, there's remnants of gold because of how prominent gold is in space travel and how good it is as electrical conduit. So
Chew on that, folks. Chew
if
on
that ain't
that.
fucking humor, I don't know what is. You guys
Yeah.
just got a glimpse into the nether regions of my brain there. Sorry about that. Sorry about
Well,
that.
well,
I'm
the three
back.
people that are listening still are like, where's the funny? I
Yeah.
tuned in for the funny, and this fucking guy's telling me why aliens exist.
I don't
Something
like
about
that
gold.
show. No funny.
Something about gold is all I got from that. But good rant, bro.
Yeah, dude, I fucking,
Yeah, we
you
got
know,
to get Maisie on one of these episodes and talk weird stuff. We'll just call the
yeah, I love
episode
it.
Weird
Well,
Pinch.
we're gonna have an episode coming soon, guys. We're talking party stories. I just saw Vice Channel last night stole our idea. They
What?
have Vice. The Vice Channel has what they call um party crashers.
Yeah.
Oh, party stories or something. Party legends. And it's celebrities telling stories about parties that got severely out of control done in animation. You got to look
Oh
this
my
show up.
gosh.
They had 15 of these things running back to back last night on Vice. I was up late as hell watching this thing. I could
Oh.
not believe it though. But they're the one story is these two rappers, they're white boy rappers with gold grills, go to a party and David Blaine answers the door.
And they're
And
aliens, right?
they're fucking blown away. They're like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "Pick a card, any card." And they pick a card, and he goes, "All right." He goes, and he crumbles it up, and he goes, "Is this your card?" And they go, "No." And he goes, "Check inside your watch." And the guy fucking goes behind the where your battery goes in his watch and pulls out his card and unfolds it. These guys tell the story. They go, "The women we brought to this party, dude, fucking literally want to leave because they think the devil just answered the door. They're like fucking blown away at this." And David Blaine goes, "Thank you," and just walks off, dude. That was the party story, but it was done in animation. It was fucking hilarious.
We should do a skit called David Lame. And he does the exact same trick. He goes, now check his anus. He pulls the card right out of his ass, dude.
Yeah. Yesterday we were talking about how we've taken it to the nether regions of maturity. Now we're gonna or maybe it was even today. We're gonna get it back down to PG-13, and now we're pulling cards out of asses again.
This is what I was talking about with the ideas though. Like I've seen Tosh.0 literally have some of the similar jokes that I was doing on my because I do this comedy CD for this canoe trip I go on. And this guy was stealing. He didn't steal it though. That's the whole thing. It's in the ether. People are pulling ideas out of this, whatever it is. So you can't get upset about, the Carlos Mencia thing. He's literally ripping off jokes because I'm pretty sure he saw the joke be performed. But Tosh.0 isn't talking to me on a daily basis, talking about Crazy Bull and whatever the joke was. But I got upset. But at the same time, it's almost encouraging because you're writing at the same
Yeah.
level as some of these comedy writers are. So
I,
hire me, asshole.
I was just thinking too, it'd be a difficult job having to juggle what would be over the line or not for like a big show like Tosh.0 or something where it's like, is this too far? I remember they
That's
were
what the
watching.
executive producers are for, though. You just write, and then you send it in. They can. It's like the roasts, because some of the stuff that I know Lindsay Glazer was talking, she couldn't do a bunch of jokes, and she did them on Stern when she was interviewed, but she had all these jokes, and then she ran them by the producers, and they're like, no, that's just going too far. And if it's going too far on that, it's pretty graphic.
Whitney,
Cummings.
yeah, she had that problem on a roast recently. I guess half her jokes were told they were too current, or like she was going into COVID talks and shit. Who just
Oh
got done?
wow.
Yeah, who just got done? Rob
I don't.
Lowe, is that the new one
Uh,
or no? That was old.
that's just in your mind because you don't like Rob Lowe for some reason. I think
No,
he's
I like
hilarious.
Rob Lowe. What are you talking about? I don't like Rob Lowe. I say that. I
Oh,
like
weren't you?
Rob Lowe.
Oh no,
Tommy,
it was my buddy because I was asking him if you. I've been watching Parks and Recreation, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't like the show when Rob Lowe came." And he goes, "I think I'm still bitter when he stole Wayne's girlfriend from Wayne's World 2." I was like,
no,
Jesus.
yeah, no, man. Fuck no, I like Rob Lowe. I think he's underrated, to be
Oh, he's
honest.
unbelievable. Dude, he's in all those movies. In Wayne's World, he's in Tommy Boy.
I was
He's
gonna say
awesome.
Tommy Boy won me over. He's a great little villain prick in that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I
Fucking
was watching.
gets his nuts slammed
Dude,
over
me and
there.
you could do something kind of like that, bro. I should just write this comedy movie because I think me and you could play off each other. Dude, me and you have never acted in the same skit,
No,
like in Dogan and
100% would be
Murphy.
great. Fucking Chris Farley, David Spade, baby. It'd
Yeah, yeah.
fucking be great.
Oh, this
Because you could
must be
have your
you.
fucking dry, I could just have my stupid, like I'm just an idiot fucking humor, and then you'd have your smart, witty
Oh, it's real smart,
comeback
folks.
humor on me.
Yeah, we got to talk to Fargo though, because maybe we could just film this. Um, like I said, you film a short film that has it shows kind of the idea of what you want your feature to be. You make that short film one cohesive idea, get that into some film festivals, then you try and get some funding for some to make the actual full length feature. But one thing at a time, ladies and gentlemen. But we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap it up
So,
here. You got any more reality shows? This is definitely a topic we could rehash again because we barely scratched the surface.
oh, I got some good Jerry Springer stories I'd like to discuss on version 2.0, but I've sanctioned back to work next Monday. I'd like to
Uh-oh.
keep the cast going. I got the call today. We're going to go with a skeleton crew and open back up. Somehow my name was at the top of the list, so I got
Yeah.
that phone call. So, barring any new conditions in Michigan, so I got another week off. Let's do one daily, but also I'm thinking that we could start doing this at 6, 7, 8:30 at night, every night, or 3 times a week or something. We got a commitment. We're going to do 100 videos for Fat Earth. So if the likes keep coming, if the subscribes keep coming, if the views keep coming, then we're going to stick around. But we're going to do a little auditing after 100 episodes. We're about the
Yeah.
halfway point right now. We're right over the halfway point, if I know correctly.
I know. I think this is video 48 for us, but by the time this is all said and done, we're gonna have close to 60 or 70. We also could record a couple of these within one day. You know, we'll change our shirts. We'll maybe give ourselves a shave, do 3 in a day, and then you can just pop them
I
up.
haven't shot. Well, I've showered. I shower twice a day, but I have not washed my
Jesus.
hair since the 3 week mark.
Wow.
Seeing how oily and greasy I can get it.
Let's pop that
And
bad. But look at that matter.
look at
That's
that
pretty
gray matter.
greasy. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what we can do with that. And then I have not shaved, so I'm letting the neck beard go. I got, I haven't shaved at all in the same 3 week pattern. So I'm trying to get this thing to show up at work like fucking Rip Van Winkle just fucking crawled out of a
Yeah.
ditch and now he's back advising service, folks. So bear with me.
You don't dye your hair either, do you?
No, sir. No,
I got some
sir. No.
serious gray coming in on my hair. I'm younger than
Looks
you,
good.
but
You look good. Yeah, you look
yeah.
good like that.
And I got a couple of
Distinguished.
gray pubes coming in, folks. And on that note, we're gonna call it a night.
If you were on The
Fat Earth.
Bachelor, I'd fuck you.